So today let's talk about putting in downspouts on the project. What are some options as to how we can create that? We could create it as a profile. We could create it as a and then extrude it, or we could create it as a sweep and have it put on that way. So we're going to talk about putting it on as a sweep. So let's go and create the profile first off. So we'll go to the R up in the corner, we'll go to a new family. We're going to go to a profile, just a generic profile, just profile by itself. And that'll bring up this crosshairs again that we've used before. And our downspout, now we're looking at the section through the downspout. So we're looking at the a shell of the opening in the downspout. We're not looking at an elevation view. In this case, we're looking at a section cut through it. So I'm going to go to create some lines, and I'm going to create using a rectangle command, and I'm going to start at the intersection here, go down and out, and I'm going to go 5 by 4. Okay, so that's kind of the section cut through our downspout. We're going to put some radius corners on this. So we'll go to create again. I'm going to create some lines. I'm going to create an arc. Start end radius. I'm going to come back 3/4 inch on this side. Go to 45 down to here. And put that arc in like that. Okay. Once I've created one of those, I can mirror it. That side. I can hit the control key, collect both of those, and mirror it. It's not letting me mirror here for some reason. Try that again. Okay, so I've got it on both ends, and then I can go to trim extend to the and now I have that profile, right? Okay, now if I were to use this as my profile, it would be a solid object. Okay, so if I want it to be a hollow object, I would have to create a second line inside of that. I don't know that that's real important, but if we wanted to, let's offset all of these. Probably 1/8 of an inch. I went too far, didn't I? Okay, now I would have a hollow tube, right? So I'm going to go and save as a family to where I have my other family saved. call it my metal building downspout. I guess I already have it in there, so I'll change it to metal building downspout. Then I'll load that into my project. Okay, so now we have the profile into our project. We'll go back and look at our building from, let's look at it from the east elevation. So I'm going to create a downspout that comes down from my gutter, which is up under here. And so I need to create a path to put this sweep on, right, or this profile on. So I'm going to go to the Component tab, click the down arrow, and go to Model in Place. I'm going to use the roofs category because a downspout is something associated with a roof typically, and I'm just going to call it my downspout. Okay, then I'm going to go up to, we have these options up here, and we're going to create a sweep. And then I'm going to go over here to set the work plane. So I need to set the work plane, and I'm going to pick the, that would be what, grid line 5? I think that'll work. If that doesn't work, we could go and pick the plane, would be another option. We'll try grid line 5 and see how that works. I'm going to change that. I'm going to go back to set the plane and change it to pick the plane. And then I'm going to hover over this end. And sometimes it might be better to look at it as a 3D view so you can actually pick the plane easier by hovering over that end. Okay, and I picked it, and I can't really tell am I on that end or not. I should be able to view that. Pause here a second. Okay, so if you click Show the Work Plane, then you can see that the grid is on that end. Then I'm going to sketch the path. So I'm going to start at this corner up here. Draw that down to not quite to the floor line. And then I'm going to angle it out about a foot. And let's angle it out at 135 degrees, which would be a 45-degree angle. Okay, so that's the path, and on that path I have to put my profile. Okay, so now I need to put my profile on there. So I need to go load the profile, or I can go over here under my properties, and I should be able to find my profile. How come I can't find my profile? It should have ended up in there. There it is. I have my profile, so I can select that. Apply that. Now if I zoom in, I should be able to see that profile on there. It is, and it looks like it's going into the building. But we'll address that in a little bit. Okay, so then I can finish that, and that downspout now is extruded along that profile line. You can see it does have a hole in it. And I can finish that. Okay. So now I've put one downspout on there. It looks like it's in my building a little bit. If I look at my building from that west elevation, or east elevation again, yeah, it got set into my building. And so I need to modify that profile so it's not in the building. So if I click on that profile, and edit in place, I should be able to unlock that and move it. Finish that. And you can see that it's probably a little low here, so I could move it up too. Okay, so looking at it from the end, I have the profile, I have the downspout, on there. And let's go look at it from the south elevation. Okay, so there's that downspout, and it's right on the corner. And I don't want it necessarily on the corner. I'd like to move it away from the corner by maybe a foot. So again, I can edit in place, click on the downspout, and move it over 1 foot. Okay, so that's the process of making a downspout. Now on this side of the building, I want to have 3 downspouts. Downspouts shouldn't be more than at the most. This is a fairly large downspout. At the most, on a residential project, you'd want them 25 feet apart. On a commercial project, you might be able to go as much as 50 feet apart, depending on the size of the downspout. But I want to put this one also on this end of the building. So I should be able to click on that downspout and mirror it off of this grid line. And now I have one on this side of the building. And luckily it didn't interfere with my curtain wall that I put in there for my front. Also, if I want to put one in the middle of the building, I can copy it from the center of it to the grid line here. So now I have 3, one in the middle, one on each end. Now obviously if I go to looking at my plan view or floor plan, I can see those, and I could mirror them to the opposite side of the building. So in this case, I could go click on this one, this one, this one, and again go to the mirror command, select the to this mirror command. And now I have them on the other side of the building as well. And then I can finish it. So now if we look at those, I have them on that side of the building. And I have them on that side of the building. Now if I go to look at my building as a consistent colors look, I can see that I have those on there. And for whatever reason, mine came up green because that was probably the material that I had selected the last time I created downspouts. So in this case, I'm going to select those downspouts, and you'll notice because I didn't finish after I completed one, I did all that mirroring before I finished. They're all one unit. All 6 of those are one thing. And I can go to Edit and Place and select again and go change the material on them. And I created a material called metal panel fascia gutter. Downspouts would fit in that same category. And that's kind of a brown color for my building. You can have whatever color you want. I'll say done. I'll say OK. And it changed that one. Okay, so I'd have to go and select them all and finish that. Okay, so everybody understand how to do that process? So I'm going to end this video, and we'll be talking about the roof panel next. So I want you to go ahead and try to put your downspouts on your building at this point. Okay.